I'd like to take a moment to salute Val Kilmer. I grew up watching him in a lot of movies. Let's go through what I think his most notable work is, call it the Val Kilmer Hall of Fame. First off, this is a great documentary on his life and career. If you haven't seen it, it's absolutely worth pressing play on. His first feature-length film and starring role showed that he's a really funny guy. He would continue to display his comedic chops in this classic 80s comedy. And this was a big blockbuster breakthrough for him. He has a smaller supporting role, but a number of memorable moments. A banger, epic fantasy movie that I love to quote all the time. Not just the preparation he went through to play Jim Morrison, but the performance he delivered here is great. Not enough people talk about this great action thriller he did in the early 90s. Same goes for this rather funny heist thriller in which he co-starred with Kim Basinger. The fact that he didn't even get an Oscar nomination for his performance as Doc Holliday here is beyond me. This classic would not only be his second collaboration with director Tony Scott, but it's from a script by Quentin Tarantino, so he also collaborated with him. He would also suit up as Batman in what is not necessarily my favorite film around this character, but I do have a lot of memories with it. Quite frankly, I think this is his best movie. I love the way this goes into his character's personal life. It may not be his finest hour, but there are a lot of things about this movie that fascinate me, and here he does a great Marlon Brando impression. If you have not seen this horror thriller, my friends, it is a banger. I love this movie. It's a solid adaptation of a popular show from the 60s that really reflects a great 90s cinematic aesthetic. It would even have a supporting role in this excellent biopic about artist Jackson Pollock. This neo-noir thriller he starred in needs to be talked about a lot more. He would even play John Holmes in this biopic. This actually makes for a great double feature with Boogie Nights. At a certain point, he would start taking the indie route, and this is actually a really decent thriller from writer-director David Mamet. Also, maybe not one of his best movies, but it really does show the epic scope of his resume, and this was his second collaboration with director Oliver Stone. This is what I call Robert Downey Jr.'s official comeback, and quite frankly, Val Kilmer was the perfect co-star for him. They work really well together on a comedic level. I don't love this movie, but it is notable because he worked with Denzel Washington, and it was his third collaboration with director Tony Scott. Again, Val Kilmer is a funny guy. This is actually a humorous adaptation of an SNL sketch. And last but not least, his final on-screen appearance. The small role he had here added so much depth and emotion to the experience. And with all of this, I say, rest in peace, Val Kilmer. You will be missed.